I'm just going to try and create a little abstract. You can see how milky the water is. It means there is quite a bit of white in there. So let's see, what do I fancy? Quite like this color, so let me go into here. So this is quite opaque. Obviously, because they don't have a mixing plate, you would need to grab something like a mixing plate if you wanted to play with these colors and add more or less. So I'm going to go into the blue, the pale blue now. I find these colors stick to the brush so that you really have to rinse it very, very thoroughly. So that makes me think that you might be better off using a quite a robust brush, something that is not too soft of a bristle, because you might damage the bristles fairly quickly. I would recommend something like the Jackson's Quill. It would be a great brush for that sort of a purpose. And let's see if I can mix like a minty color. Just a dot of this. That's pretty. So yeah, on paper they don't do a great job, but you can mix up some nice colors. They might be on the muted side, but depends what you are working on. I quite like this muted color palette. They have a bit of a movement, as you can see. They move into each other quite keenly. And let's go with a cool grey. So there's our cool grey. And I want to add a little bit of that blue into this grey. That's quite pretty, but I think I want a touch more. There we go. So you get this like a greyish blue. So if you like a muted palette, you can get that, but you could also totally go into the bright palette, because you can see how bright there are, the couple of the colors. And let's see, I fancy a bit of an orange in this color, so I might try to go back in this ochre and mix a bit of an orange. So I would like some more yellow in this. Let's go for the bright yellow. Okay, so now it's more like it. Again, as you can see, on a muted side. But beautiful colors. Let's see what happens if we add that pale yellow. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. This is a gorgeous milky orange. Let's place it right next to these colors. I could be sitting here mixing these colors forever. So maybe thinking a little bit more of the green I'd fancy, so let's go into that blue. I want you to see which colors I'm loading. So I'm going into this blue, and then I'm going to add this ochre. Oh, this is beautiful now. I love that. This is like a perfect aqua color. Look at that. So I'm going to put that here. Now that's very, very pretty. And then I'm going to go into this color here. Add a bit of that. So I guess we get a bit more of a milkier version of the previous color. That's quite pretty. I love this color, it's gorgeous. I need to remember basically to mix these two together. Although I tried it on the paper, it didn't work that very well. So it goes to show. So what happens if we go back into this pastel blue? Add this to the mix. Now that's very pretty. I'm so sorry for my voice, it's still breaking up a little bit, although I'm over the cold, there's no cough, but the voice is still struggling a little. Wow, that's gorgeous. I got to my favorite color mixes here. Let's just put one here. And another one here. Oh, I love this color. I have to swatch it here. Beautiful. So I got to my color palette now. So these and this color, they would look so pretty together. What a pretty combo. This is so much fun. You can just fill the entire page with all these colors, and then on top you could do some doodles. Thinking what else I could mix here. I am quite happy with how things are, so maybe just a couple more colors over here. Some more brighter yellows maybe. So I'm going to go into that bright yellow and then add it into that existing orange mix that I had, which will tone down the yellow slightly and create a new tone. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Makes the whole thing pop. And let's see how this watercolor works with painting over and glazing. I'm just going to add more of the yellow ochre with a touch of that red. So it seems to lift the color underneath very quickly. Okay, let's go into grey again. Actually, I'm going to add the grey into this mix. That's really pretty. That's like a peach now. Like a greyish peach. That's an interesting color. It's very useful to have one of those dishes, which I actually also got on Choosing Keeping, because it's smaller compared to a regular flower dish, and it has that it has more petals or wells to mix your colors in. So this is like a dirty peach. Very unusual color to be able to mix. Okay, let's I think maybe one here. Okay, that should be it. So hopefully you got a better idea of how these work. They certainly mix beautifully. I mean, look at all the beautiful colors that I was able to mix here. Sometimes watercolors mix beautifully on paper, some of them don't, and I think in this case I would recommend to mix them on a separate dish, and you would get such beautiful mixes. And you can take this set a lot further, so you can see the color palette we achieved here by concentrating on a few colors. I think except for the warm gray, I've used all of the other colors to mix, and you could go into the oranges or greens depending on what you are in the mood for. But yeah, quite like this orange in the end that I got, and really pretty. I just wanted to quickly show you on this other page that we've done, and I've seen some granulation here which has now gone. Oh gosh, didn't want this to happen. Anyway, doesn't matter really. Yeah, so this granulation here has gone when it has dried. I don't know if it has something to do with watercolor or the paper. And here are some of the greens. A little bit of granulation still here, but again might flatten out after it's dried. So that's it. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you think about this set, and thanks for watching. See you soon.